Origins will forever have its place sealed as one of the greatest things to ever come out of Call of Duty. It's a map that is loved by so many, but today my love for this map is in jeopardy because I'm going to be attempting to get to round 50 on this map, which is a challenge in itself, but I'm going to be doing it with just SMGs. That is right, we are continuing our excursion of playing maps with specific weapons, and when it came to Origins, I didn't really know what to do, to be honest. Sniper and pistol challenges always seem to be very popular here, but I've already done those on other maps, and the weapons I have left were SMGs and assault rifles, and I didn't know which one to choose, so I flipped a coin, and well, here we are, SMGs won. Also means the last map on this BO2 excursion will be assault rifles only on Mob of the Dead. But today, it's all about Origins, so let's get to it. The first run starts off wonderfully. I get the generator turned on and we buy ourselves quick revive. Round 2 starts, and this is where I'm going to try and get some early points, only to get manhandled by a zombie and take her down. So I did what any real gamer would do, I rage quit and restarted, because I'm not having that bullshit in round 2. We're about, what, 90 seconds into this video and we're already on attempt 2. That's gotta be a record, even for me. Thankfully this attempt started off much better. We get the generator turned on by quick revive, and this time we survive. Round 2, I pop double points and get a lucky insta, so now I can just farm the rest of these points. End of the round, I head over to Gen 3, where I pick myself up my first SMG of the game, the MP40. Now my knowledge about World War II guns isn't exactly the best, and there are a few on this map, including the MP40, STG, the MG08, and the M1927. Now the MP40, I'm fairly certain that's an SMG, but the other two, being the M1927 and the STG, I wasn't too sure on, so I just wanted to throw this little disclaimer in, because I do end up using one of those guns a little later on, and I don't want someone shouting at me being like, oh, actually that's not an SMG. I don't fucking know what guns are, okay? Just, they go boom, and things go and that's about it. I'm English, okay? So, round 4, I headed up to Gen 3, and I got that turned on, and I also picked up the AK-74U, which I completely forgot was even a thing on this map. End of the round, I had 2 pretty decent guns, and now my priority was to get perks and pack-a-punch before the Panzer spawned. Obviously, that meant Jug was atop the list, and it was bought on round 5. Now that I had some safety secured, I actually decided that it was best to try and get pack-a-punch opened and use it by round 8, which was a bit of a stretch, but I got to work on it. Round 6 and all of the generators are on, and now it was just the race to get the points before the Tin Man came a-stomping. A race I didn't win. Round 8 is here and it's time to face the Panzer. Yes, I did have 5,000 points on me, but the excavation site hadn't been opened, so it didn't really matter. I bought some ammo and basically just got to panicking. The only thing on my mind now was just survive any way you can. So I got the blasting and running. There was a lot of running. Basically making sure I had enough distance between me and the Panzer so he couldn't grab me, and also close enough so I could still shoot him. And many bullets later, he finally goes down and I can finally unclench. And doing that with only an MP40, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. Now that the Panzer was dead, I could continue throughout these rounds. Round 9 and the excavation site was opened up, and it was also now that I went to buy the M1927 inside the mound, only to remember that that wall buy is on Black Ops 3 Origins, not Black Ops 2 Origins. So instead, I pack-a-punch the AK-74U. I know some of you may have been expecting the MP40 to be my main squeeze this run, and I was still open to pack-a-punching it, but there is the possibility I could get it for free from the reward chest. And, speaking of rewards, on round 10 I actually get my 115 headshots, and it was time to see what gun I had waiting for me. It was the Scar. Probably the best one you can get, but unfortunately for me, I can't use it. After that slight bit of disappointment, I got a speedboat and began spinning the box. Origins actually has a nice selection of SMGs available in the box, including the Chicom, the PDW, and the Origins exclusive, the Scorpion. Now the Scorpion was the gun I was hoping for most, but I would have also been happy to have grabbed any of the others, of which I get neither, because the box hates me. With the box being a bully, I went and grabbed Stamina Up. I was actually contemplating getting Mule Kick here, as I thought I may need the extra firepower, but I played it safe and went with Stamina Up. As I was spinning the box, I also completed my final challenge of spending 30,000 points, meaning Double Tap was waiting for me in spawn. And with that added to the setup, I was in a very good position. It also wasn't the last pickup of the round, as I went back over to the box where it gave me the M1927, which I took over the MP40, and as I said, still not sure what this classes as, but I took it anyway. So now the plan was simple: kill things and don't die. Having the two guns I had made this very possible. The AK was by far my most powerful gun, but the Tommy gun's large reserves and high rate of fire just meant that everything would be shredded in no time. In round 18, I got myself the golden shovel and the golden helmet, which only meant one thing: free perks. I was still sparing the box whenever I could in hopes of getting maybe the PDW or the Scorpion, but I really wanted Mule Kick, as then I could keep the guns I already had whilst adding to my arsenal. But of course, I couldn't find a single red dig site, could I? It's now round 24, and this is where both these guns begin to slow down. They were both still capable of killing zombies, but with the sheer amount of enemies and the lack of ammo, things were becoming increasingly difficult. It also didn't help that the Templars were attacking almost every other round. Like, I mean, thank you for the ammo, but please leave me alone. And speaking of the Templars, they attack on round 24. I take them out, but now I'm left in a pretty awkward area, so I begin trying to train behind Gen 2 in the mud, where I end up getting stuck on quite literally nothing, and I end up taking it down, and I was pissed. Straight up have no idea what I was stuck on, but I sure as hell wasn't going to stick around to find out. I managed to scrounge together a few of my perks, but it didn't really matter much, as the following round I was dead. I see a nuke and I try and go for it, and it just goes horribly wrong. Round 25 isn't the worst round in the world, but also not the best, so I ran it back. This run went almost identically to the first. The only real difference was this time I focused on getting Pack-a-Punch opened before the Panzer turned up, which I did, and well, that fight was pretty easy this go around. Round 11, all of my perks had been bought, and I also got double tap from the reward chest. I then decided to go and spin the box a few times, where I ended up pulling the Ray Gun Mark II, which I couldn't take, and I won't lie, part of my soul died seeing that thing fade away. But I did manage to get my hands on the Chicom, which I traded the MP40 in for. However, a few rounds later, I would actually be getting the MP40 back, as I ran out of ammo and the Panzer was chasing me, and well, I wasn't going to trade in a Pack-a-Punched AK, so the Chicom went and the MP40 was back. So with that happening, I decided this time it was probably the smart decision to Pack-a-Punch the MP40. I once again cruised through the rest of the teen rounds with these guns. Round 19, I had a zombie blood, and this time I actually found a red dig site, only then to remember I'd actually have to find 2 because I already had 5 perks. And we all know that's never going to happen. I was actually feeling much more confident this run than I was in the last. That was until round 25, where I end up taking a really dumb down. I see a maxi off in the distance, and I thought to myself I'd be able to grab it if I just took out the remaining zombies, only to then realize there was quite a couple more than just a few left, and I took it down. By the end of the round, I had all of my perks back except double tap. Now I couldn't remember if you could actually get double tap back out of the Wonder Fizz once it's been first acquired in Origins, but I spun it a few times just to see, only I didn't see it at all. Then my zombie decided to off himself, which meant it was time to go another round. Only thing was, I pulled electric cherry just as he died, so in panic I just kind of grabbed it, meaning no double tap for me unless I either down again or find another red dig site. Of course I wasn't going to find another red dig site, but I did die again. This time on round 28. However, it wouldn't be my last. Once I revived, I headed straight for Jug. I throw a monkey, but the zombies just say no, and instead pull my ass to the ground, and just like that, it's game over. Now round 28 still isn't the best round in the world, so guess what? I ran it back once again. This time, however, I did a little bit of cheating, and by cheating I mean I went to Black Ops 3. Just to see if it was actually any easier or not. And well, you see, it just wasn't. It was so much harder. The first 7 rounds, sure, absolute doddle. Cruised through them all, killed everything with the Cuda and the VMP. But the second that Panzer spawned, everything just went to shit. When I say I shot this man so much, I mean I shot him with over 3 full MP40s worth of ammo. That's over 600 bullets, by the way. Now granted, I might have missed, say, maybe, I don't know, 10% of those bullets, but even then, that's still well over 500 rounds I put into this psychopath in a tin can. And he just shrugged them all off. And ultimately, he killed me. And I thought, F that, I'm not doing that again. And that round 28 all of a sudden wasn't looking too bad. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.